McCloskey. I'm an HCBE master's student.
Hi, I'm Cameron Fackelt, and I'm an undergrad HCE senior. All right, let's start. Instead of just doing an introduction, we're going to jump right into a trailer video that's going to give you the aesthetic feeling that we want to bring into with our audiovisual experience. Hopefully it'll load.
Mind in Boat. It was meant as a reminder that from the time an oarsman steps into a racing show until the moment the boat crosses the finish line, he must keep his mind focused on what is happening inside the boat.
Yeah, on! Mind in Boat! Mind in Boat!
This school has an insane legacy for coxswains. I truly believe there's not another school that develops coxswains in the same way. The more it becomes focused around this idea of boat feel, the longer you've been in a boat, the more you know what it feels like and how that corresponds to speed. No matter how bad things are, like we're still here in this really prestigious sport with one of the best boathouses in the world, best teammates in the world. Like, it doesn't get better than that.
Mind in Boat.
Our exhibit idea sort of started with all of us reading Mind in Boat, and we were all kind of individually taken with the story of Bobby Mock. I think none of us are rowers, and so none of us really were even familiar with the coxswain as a position, and I think the idea that there's this like singular person on this team who has like a different physique, an entirely different mentality, an entirely different set of responsibilities, all this pressure. I think we all just got kind of fascinated with learning more about this position. And so, yeah, just that it's a sort of lonely role and like a highly collaborative sport. And so when we started researching the coxswain, we sort of started out with the audio. We listened to a lot of calls, and we're going to talk later about our research in a little bit more depth, but this audio research and the idea of the calls sort of led us to this motif of the coxswain's calling cone and an exploration of sound. And so we came up with this concept of sort of an array of these audio-visual cones that were sort of based on that coxswain cone that would fill the space. It was important to us to kind of keep the architecture of the building really visible and keep kind of a minimal intervention into the space where it's really like beyond those cones, kind of all you're seeing is like projections and light. For the materiality, it really just kind of came from those boats. We wanted something that felt like, sort of like it belonged here, like it might be functional, and you step into it and then you see that it's sort of our exhibit. And yeah, so here's another view sort of the overall space with all these cones. We thought that the light circle would sort of invite you into each one, and then there would also be a projected invitation into the exhibit. And for the overall floor plan, we sort of organized these cones thematically around like what does a coxswain do, sort of the technology they use, the tonality in their voices, the idea of walking you through a race, how do they think, sort of a day in the life, an exploration of the call, sort of a one-on-one first-person account of how it feels to be a coxswain, and then their role in UW's rowing history, because there's been such an amazing coxswain program here, and that would be sort of an exploration of like the race of 36, the winning Olympians, and some of the UW boat mantras.
So as we just went through with the site plan, there will be 9 cones spread out across this room, and 3 different sizes of those cones, ranging from a more intimate experience with a small cone to a larger experience with a group of people in the large cone. So starting with our small cone, we're hoping that it's just going to be text and audio. This puts a heavy focus on coxswain calls, which we'll show later on, a short video of how that interaction would happen. Then we move on to the medium flow, which would put together kind of text, audio, and visual, so you're getting some of the photography focus, archival, of course, some of the audio recordings. And then moving on to the larger cone, where you're going to have this full immersive 360 group experience, where you also encounter that archival video. And here is just a couple renderings of what kind of that would look like in the space. This is the smaller cone with the one individual, and then we have our larger cone with a group of people kind of interacting with the space with kind of the video projection on the inside and light web on the outside. Awesome. So to go back to research for a second, we conducted 3 semi-structured interviews with actually current UW coxswains. They're 2 senior coxswains at UW, and they are both amazing athletes. As you can see, they are both like Pac-12 athletes of the year, and they're seniors at UW. And Nina Castagna actually let us use her audio from her 2 interviews, and to help narrate the cones we're about to show you. So we learned a lot. It was really exciting. So this first cone here we're prototyping the inside of the cone. This cone is about the theme of the importance of tonality when a coxswain is guiding a boat.
The tonality of a coxswain is really valuable.
This is enough right now. Your head's in this goal. You're a seat from the lead, nice and sharp.
You learn a lot when you're young about what to say. Like that's the introduction to coxswains. What are the calls you say? How do they impact the boat?
Boy, this is make or break right now, right? This is our gut check moment. It's time to go right now, okay? 900 meters right now. 900 meters. We go E2. 1 audible.
A lot of people think like scream, scream, scream. Yes, you're yelling, you're hyping it up, and then all of a sudden, guys, like this is what we're doing. And that like change in your tonality like draws everybody back in, and it's really powerful.
Under control. Under control. Heads in this boat. Good.
Less what you say and more how you say it.
Yep, now keep your heads in this boat. You're half a length up. And we are fucking breaking them odds. You're breaking them right now. I'm on your mercy.
The intro is very calm, and she's like kind of just talking and like building, and then you get to like the first move, and she's just like fucking dialed.
Ready? E2 at 1,000 meters. 10. 1. And then now Ronnie. 2. And then 5 more runs. 6. 7. And now 8. Empty. 9. 10. On their 3-man. Keep pushing it back, boys. Keep pushing it back. Nice and sharp. On that 3 seat. That's you, Anthony. Legs to attack. Legs to attack. Good. E2.
Yeah, so that is our, that will be our like small cone prototype. And then we actually have 2 full videos for our second and third cone, but we had to cut this down to a 7-minute presentation. So we'll show you some GIFs, and then if you want to see the second 2
Tonality
cones,
of a coxswain.
we will be over there. We can show you. But this is all about, this is our medium-sized cone, and this is all about historic Olympic coxswains that came from UW, because we have a really long history, and even our current coach is this amazing Olympic coxswain. She really trains everyone.
We hit that stride. It is just 8 collective bodies, just placing that blade in, bending it, and then just shutting that boat.
Caitlin,
Yeah, so the GIF is not the full video, it is 2 minutes, so we were told that we could only show 1 cone, and we thought the first audio was really impactful. But if you want to hear all about our Olympic coxswains coming from UW, we'll be back there. And then here's our final cone that we prototyped. This is the large cone in our exhibit, and it's all about the coxswains during practice. And UW also, it's so cool how we train. Okay.
we have weekly meetings throughout the year where we meet as coxswains and kind of like develop our skills. Okay, we have this race coming up, how can we best attack it? Screaming and yelling and holy shit, it's happening. And then all of a sudden you're 500 meters in the race and you're like, oh shit, we've got 1,500 left. I should have been way calmer.
Yeah, so we learned so much during this entire process, and we're so thankful to all of our great professors that gave us amazing insight onto how to make cones like look, and you be in this massive space and kind of
channeled, yeah. And the Coxons that we were able to interview gave us so much knowledge. I was like, how did I not know? I've been, for 4 years, how did I not know how amazing Coxons were? Anyway, all right, any questions?
Have you considered like how high off the ground you're gonna make these? So like they're a good height that like if you're really short you can still experience it, but you gotta like crouch to get into them?
Yeah, accessibility was a main point for us. A lot of what we were thinking about was actually making them retractable, so you'd be able to pull them down, pull them up out of material. A good person that would be able to talk about this is Leah, actually.
It's a little bit magical, our system, for lifting them up and down, but that is the plan. Yeah, like ideally that would be, there'd be some sort of very visible, easy to grab handle that they shift up and down.